These are the people that fulfilled all the pledges they made. Nadhr here is a pledge. The pledge they made to Allah that they'll do work. They were the ones that fulfill it. وَيَخَافُونَ يَوْمًا, and they were afraid of a day. كَانَ شَرُّهُ مُسْتَطِيرًا. The evil of that day and the harm of that day is so widespread. مُنْتَشِرًا غَايَةَ الْإِنْتِشَارِ. It couldn't be more widespread. That mustatir from tayr, it's flying all around. The evil of that day, it's in the air. وَيُطْعِمُونَ الطَّعَامَ عَلَى حُبِّهِ, and they would continue to feed the food to those who, despite their love of wealth, and even their love of the food, they would give it away. They would give it to the others, to miskeen, to the one who can't help himself. وَيَتِيمٍ, and the orphan. وَأَسِيرًا, and to the prisoner. They would be giving to others. Remember? فَلَا صَدَّقَ وَلَا صَلَّى. Right? Before? وَلَكِنْ كَذَّبَ وَتَوَلَّى. Actually, even before then, we saw that the guy, أَلَمْ وَلَمْ نُطْعِمُ الْمِسْكِينَ وَكُنَّا نَخُوضُ مَعَ الْخَائِضِينَ. Right? وَلَمْ نُطْعِمُ طَعَامَ الْمِسْكِينَ. So here, the opposite is mentioned. إِنَّمَا نُطْعِمُكُمْ لِوَجْهِ اللَّهِ. We're only feeding you for Allah's face, meaning for Allah's pleasure. We're not feeding you because Muslims are going to look good. We're not feeding you because it's a good public, PR campaign. Muslims also do charity work. We don't care. We're feeding you because we want to see Allah. The previous surah already described إِلَى رَبِّهَا نَاظِرَةً. They want to look at their master. They know giving to the poor, putting a smile on the poor, Allah Azza wa Jalla will look at us. And He will smile upon us. And He'll be pleased with us. So that's all we want. لَا نُرِيدُ مِنْكُمْ جَزَاءً. We don't want any compensation from you. وَلَا شُكُورًا. We don't even want your thanks. We don't want you to write us a letter. We don't want you to write us anything, or declare anything, or give us a plaque or anything. No, we don't want any of that. إِنَّا نَخَافُ مِنْ رَبِّنَا يَوْمًا عَبُوسًا قَمْطَرِيرًا. We are no doubt afraid coming from our Master. We are afraid of a day that is full of so much sadness. عَبُوس is مُبَالَغَةً. قَمْطَرِير مُبَالَغَةً فِي الْعَبُوس. Such incredible sadness. تَلْكَحُ فِيهِ الْوُجُوهِ لِهَوْلِهِ. The faces will turn black because of the horrors of that day. فَوَقَاهُمُ اللَّهُ شَرَّ ذَلِكَ الْيَوْمِ. Then Allah protected him from the evil of that day. وَلَقَّاهُمْ نَضْرَةً وَسُرُورًا. And He brought them into contact with just, brilliance and happiness. Their faces are lit. وَجَزَاهُمْ بِمَا صَبَرُوا. And He compensated them because of the patience they showed. وَجَنَّةً وَحَرِيرًا. With Jannah, and then Hariran meaning freedom also. Harir also means freedom, but also all kinds of wonderful foods, all kinds of joys. Muttaki'ina fiha. They're going to be reclining back on cushions, leaning back, chilling. Ala al-ara'ik, on couches. وَدَانِيَةً عَلَيْهِمْ ظِلَالُهَا. And upon them, their shades are going to be lowering down. وَأُذُلِّلَتْ. And then it will be made humbled. Tadlil is to humble something. What will be humbled? The fruits are going to be humbled right before you, meaning the fruits just come down. Here you are, pick me. Qutuf is the ripened fruit. وَيُطَافُ عَلَيْهِمْ بِآنِيَةٍ مِّن فِضَّةٍ. And then circling around them they'll be brought around to them in circles. All kinds of containers. Aniya from ina. Right? Containers that are made of gold. وَأَكْوَابٍ. And all different kinds of cups, smaller cups, كانت قوارير, that are almost crystal clear glass. الزجاجة, glass that is extremely clear and fine, is called qawarir. But Allah adds qawarir min fidda. These glasses are made of silver. So silver is so refined you can almost see through it. It's crystal clear silver. Okay? And silver is mentioned because if you drop a glass, what happens? Not silver though. Not silver. So it's glass, but it's silver. SubhanAllah. قَدَّرُوهَا تَقْدِيرًا. That has been measured with perfect measure. Exactly the amount you wanted to drink. They're sized. There's just the right amount. يَطُوفُ عَلَيْهِمْ وِلْدَانٌ مُخَلَّدُونَ. And young boys that are kept at that age, so they don't get older and get a better job. Right? So young boys that are running around enthusiastically serving drinks are going to be going, yes sir, can I get you some more? Those guys, their voices are like kind of ripping because they're just kind of coming into manhood and the freckles are there and they're dressed like penguins and they're serving drinks and you're like, so what do you do? I'm in 10th grade. Those guys, they're going to run around and serve the drinks. عَالِيَهُمْ ثِيَابُ سُنْدُسٍ. On top of them, there are going to be clothes made of exotic silk. وَخُضْرٍ, green in color. وَإِسْتَبْرَقٍ, heavier forms of silk. وَحُلُّ أَسَاوِرَ مِنْ فِضَّةٍ. And they're going to be decorated with bracelets of silver. Guys, it's not going to be funky. Okay? You guys wear expensive watches, don't you? People that wear expensive suits wear cufflinks, pins. People wear rings. There's going to be manly things to wear. It's not going to be like a weird fact. Look at me, I got bracelets on. What's up now? And a green silk robe on, and like Jannah, baby. وَسَقَاهُمْ رَبُّهُمْ شَرَابًا طَهُورًا. And this is the final. I want to show you what happened here. First phase, first level upgrade was drinks you serve yourself in your own home. Then you went to a party, and what's happening? You're being served drinks. It's an upgrade. In the worldly sense, I throw a barbecue at my house. I buy the drinks from Walmart or Costco, and I leave them with cups there. People do what? People get it themselves. That's level 1. Then I decide I'm going to throw a really elite, wedding party. Or I'm going to, throw like a really fancy graduation ceremony. It's not going to happen. But, so you have like these butlers going around serving people drinks. Sir, can I get you some more water? And the guys that look like penguins are constantly putting things in your food or in your cup, and you drink it, and you put it down, he fills it up again, you're like, oh Allah. And you drink it again, you keep putting it in. That's wildanun mukhalladun. And then you put it upside down, and he leaves you alone. Can I get you something else, sir? It's upgraded. But then, how much better can it get in dunya? So far you can go. And then you take the next step, and Allah says, وَسَقَاهُمْ رَبُّهُمْ شَرَابًا طَهُورًا. Their master himself will give them to drink, a purified drink. Allah will give us the drink. SubhanAllah. And He offers you a drink. Allah Himself. وَسَقَاهُمْ رَبُّهُمْ شَرَابًا طَهُورًا. A drink that purifies. Isn't just pure, it purifies. إِنَّ هَذَا كَانَ لَكُمْ جَزَاءً. All of this has been a compensation for you. وَكَانَ سَعْيُكُمْ مَشْكُورًا. And your efforts are much appreciated. Your efforts are mashkur. They're appreciated, they're thanked, meaning they're acknowledged. إِنَّا نَحْنُ نَزَّلْنَا عَلَيْكَ الْقُرْآنَ تَنزِيلًا. No doubt about it, we're the ones, in fact, we have sent down the Qur'an onto you as a continuous revelation. فَاصْبِرْ لِحُكْمِ رَبِّكَ. Have you heard this before recently? فَاصْبِرْ لِحُكْمِ رَبِّكَ. Then remain patient with the command of your master. And for the sake of the fact that your master has given a verdict, وَلَا تُطِعْ مِنْهُمْ آثِمًا أَوْ كَفُورًا. And don't you follow any sinner among them, and anyone engrossed in, or anyone who's excessively ungrateful. وَاذْكُرِ اسْمَ رَبِّكَ. And make mention of the name of your master, بُكْرَةً وَأَصِيلًا. Morning and evening. وَمِنَ اللَّيْلِ فَاسْجُدْ لَهُ. And in the night time make sajda to him. SubhanAllah, a review of Surah Al-Muzammil, It's combining both of those surahs, really. In the night time, make sajda to Him. وَسَبِّحْهُ لَيْلًا طَوِيلًا. And declare His perfection long hours of the night, through a long night. إِنَّ هَؤُلَاءِ يُحِبُّونَ الْعَاجِلَةِ. These people, don't worry about them. No doubt they're the ones that love to rush. In the previous surah, at least Allah acknowledged them by addressing them in the second person. He said, كَلَّا بَلْ تُحِبُّونَ الْعَاجِلَةِ. Now there's a tab'id. He doesn't want to address them. لَا يُخَاطِبُهُمْ بَلْ يَتَكَلَّمْ عَنْهُمْ. وَهَذا نوع من التبعيد. هذا شيء من التبعيد. إن هؤلاء يحبون العاجلة. They love to rush. وَيَذَرُونَ وَرَاءَهُمْ يَوْمًا ثَقِيلًا. And they have abandoned behind them, put behind their backs, completely ignored that what's coming behind them, which is a heavy day. نَحْنُ خَلَقْنَاكُمْ وَشَدَدْنَا أَسْرَهُمْ. Oh man, what Allah says. We created you, and we tightened every one of your joints. It's like a joint is like screws and bolts, and Allah says, I tightened every last one of those. وَشَدَدْنَا أَسْرَهُمْ. We tightened their joints, secured every one of them. Every time you do this, every time you wiggle your toe, those joints that are holding our bones together, Allah says, that was my architectural design, every one of those. Every one of those connections. وَشَدَدْنَا أَسْرَهُمْ. The Surah Al-Qiyamah began with this. بَلَا قَادِرِينَ عَلَىٰ أَن نُسَوِّيَ بَنَانَا. Surah Al-Insan is ending with this. Its twin surah is ending with this.